Hey everybody, today we're going to build some super strong storage racks out of plywood. So stay tuned and check it out. Alright, so the goal of today's video is to get these planks off the ground and hanging on the wall, as well as consolidate some other planks that I have hanging on the wall already. Just kind of get them all in one location. Also, I want to use up as much of my scrap plywood pile as possible. So yeah, stay tuned. I hope you guys enjoy it, and let's get after it. I started by measuring the clearance I had above the window. Then I started ripping plywood to a width of 3 inches. And if you guys are interested in making shelves similar to these, I'll put the dimensions of all the pieces on my website, so be sure to check out the link to the project page in the description box below. Once I had enough 3-inch strips of wood, I began cutting them to length. Each shelf bracket had 11 separate pieces, so in total I had 55 pieces to cut. And eventually I got smart and used a stop block at the miter saw. Instead of using just 3/4 inch plywood, I decided to use up some of my 1/2 inch plywood scraps as well, so I also ripped those to 3 inches. Alright, so this is going to be the basic construction of each of these shelves. Disregard this piece right here, but basically we're going to have our vertical pieces and then our horizontal shelf pieces. So I'm going to start with one layer like that, and then I'm going to take some spacer pieces in between and just kind of fill in that void space. And then I'm going to sandwich everything together with a 3rd layer of 3/4 inch plywood. So this is going to be the vertical that's hanging on the wall. If this was, pretend that's the wall right there, so it's going to get bolted into the wall like that. But then, just to give these shelves a little bit more thickness, I'm going to take some scrap 1/2 inch plywood and just kind of put another layer on both sides of each shelf. So that's kind of the basic idea behind it. So let's get to assembling. I attached the 1/2 inch plywood to the shelf arms with glue and brad nails. It was pretty straightforward. And once I had all the shelves laminated together, I could dry assemble them to the verticals. Now, I didn't attach the shelf arms permanently just yet though, because I wanted to drill bolt holes in the vertical pieces and also give the arms a little bit of a taper first. Once part of the verticals were assembled, I could drill holes for the bolts. Unfortunately, I had to re-drill these holes later because I wasn't really thinking correctly, and I centered the bolt holes on the first 2 layers of the plywood and not the overall 3 layers that there would be. Next, I modified a jig to add a taper to the arms and ran those through the table saw. With all the pieces ready to go, I started permanently assembling everything with lots of glue, brad nails, and screws. Then I flushed up the bottoms on the miter saw. With the help of my wife, I got the 2 outer brackets hung and level, just using a string and a line level. From there, I took the other brackets and moved them up until they bumped the line. Then I pre-drilled the top hole and bolted it in place. Then, using a level, I made sure the bracket was straight, pre-drilled the next holes, and then bolted those in place as well. With the brackets in place, all that was left to do was load them up with some wood. I'm very happy with how this project turned out, and I'm really excited to have some of my garage floor space back. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, and also consider subscribing to my YouTube channel as well. That way you're notified every time I release a new video. And be sure to check out the project page if you're interested in making these same brackets as well. And until next time, thanks for watching.